Miriam, what's wrong?
Pete, I have to personalize this dashboard in 5 minutes, and I don't have time to complete it.
Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Wait, what's that up in the sky?
It's a keyword.
It's a campaign.
No, it's...
Professor Personalization. Faster than a telemarketer. More powerful than a pencil. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Yes, it's Professor Personalization, strange visitor from another planet, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. It's Professor Personalization, who, disguised as Brian Dunn, mild-mannered marketer from Quanta CRM, fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the personalization way.
Hi, I'm Miriam Florio.
And I'm Peter Wolf.
Thanks for joining us for Channel Q, the CRM Review.
For all things CRM and more. There we go. So today's special episode is on
Personalization.
So stay tuned for the CRM mailbag.
And the CRM Spotlight.
And we got a little segment, Did You Know? It's a little clip that we do.
We hope you enjoy the show.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh, it's the doorbell. Come on in.
Mailman Gordon.
Mailman Gordon, everybody.
Oh, hey, Pete, how you doing?
How you doing? It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, I'm just, I've been outside a lot enjoying the nice spring weather.
You've given up on the outfit, right? You're not ever going to be going back to your mailman uniform?
Well, I just kind of thought that, red is the new blue.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. Is that mail for me?
Yeah.
Thanks,
that's for
Gordon.
you. Yeah,
Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey, you know what? You too.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, take it easy.
Mailman Gordon, everybody. Isn't he great? Let's see what he brought us. More viewer mail. We love this stuff. Question 1 comes from Joe Schmo to Go. Joe asks, we're customizing our company form in CRM, and there's a section that we don't think we're going to be using anytime soon. We don't want to dismantle it, but can we somehow save that part while also removing it from the form for now? That's a great question, Joe. What we recommend is you don't delete that part of the form, but you instead set it invisible. So that whole section, you just set it invisible. That way it's there for if you ever want to reactivate it at a later date. Thanks, Joe. The next question, I'm a CRM administrator and I'm not a fan of the way the menus show for navigation in CRM, and I want to narrow it down to only 2 main areas. This happens a lot because there's a lot going on, and if your company doesn't need all the functionality, you might want to simplify it. It makes it easier for the users to adopt it. Is there a way to do this without getting custom code or having a developer involved? I haven't found a way to do this in the settings area. This is from Everything in Its Place. So you're right, there is no way out of the box to do this. But what you can do is actually download the XRM Toolkit, which is available. It's a tool that you can use with your cloud instance of Dynamics 365, and it will allow you to configure a couple different options, including limiting the sitemap so people only see what you want them to see. Okay, hopefully that helps. The third question comes from Counting Rows. I'm in the process of adding a number of fields to Dynamics 365, and I'm wondering if there's a way to put a counter on a page. Okay, so this is a common thing as well. What I want to do is put the total number of open opportunities that we have for that account on the grid, so we can see how much business we have with those accounts without drilling down into each record. So basically they want to see on the list view, they want to see how many open accounts there are in the row of the grid. And yeah, you can actually create a roll-up field on the company that points to the opportunity and it counts the number of opportunities. So that would allow you to see that data, and you can put it wherever you want, either on the detail section, the drill in of the company, or on the grid itself. That's a really great way of doing it. It isn't, just so you know though, it's not real time. So it does take a couple hours, it syncs up every once in a while, so it would not be real time. You just have to realize that. So if you're putting a lot of opportunities in, you wouldn't see them right away, but most people don't have that problem. Thank you, Counting Rows. Our final question comes from Copy Kathy. I was looking at my friend's homegrown CRM, so they probably built an Access or something, and noticed that they could actually edit CRM like it was an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, so Access or other databases like that. I thought this would be quite useful when I'm going through my opportunity or case list. Is there a special screen or place in CRM that I could do something similar? And actually there's a cool new feature in Dynamics 365 called Editable Grids. And so we actually have a video of that. So you can check out the link on the screen, and you can see that editable grids allow you to convert the standard list view grids into an editable format, so you can quickly fly through, make some changes, and then save it back to the Dynamics 365 database. Okay, so it's definitely a time saver. It's a great tool for salespeople and service people. I hope that helps. Well, thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we will see you in about 4 weeks for another mailbag. Thanks, everybody.
Did you know?
Did you know that you can have 2 different business process flows for the same entity? And in fact, you can have many business process flows for one entity. So why this is so important is, for example, in sales, you could have a business process flow that fits 90% of your sales opportunities, but the other 10% require a different set of steps or execution. So what you can do is you can have people start off with the primary flow and then switch over to that secondary business process flow. So now you know.
Now you know.
Hi, I'm Miriam Florio. Thanks for joining me for the CRM Spotlight on personalization. So I have my account page up in Dynamics 365, and what I want to do is just personalize this form or make the screen more efficient for our organization. So there are some fields on here that I'd like to remove, some fields I'd like to move around on here, and also a grid that I'd like to take off the screen. So really what we want to do is the goal of this really is to streamline the process of data entry and also looking at data in the system, and it really makes things more efficient for your company. So I have customization rights, so you're going to want to make sure you have them. Directly from the account screen, any account is fine. You can access the form for the account. Now remember, I'm not just changing what it looks like for account 123 in the system, but all accounts in Dynamics. So this is just an example record so that we can see what the form looks like. You can always customize from the back end by going to the customization area or inside of a solution. So what you're looking at here is one of those WYSIWYGs. So we've got what you see is what you get. And I can actually take fields off, so we don't use fax lines for our accounts or customers. We can remove that field. And what happens is it doesn't actually disappear. It's still available to me if I wanted to put fax back in on the right-hand side of the screen. So you could always put it back in, or if you accidentally remove something, don't worry about it. I can also move things around up and down. So I want to put the phone number right underneath the account. I'm just dragging that up. And what I can also do is remove a subgrid. So this is recent cases. I can take that off the screen just by highlighting it and clicking remove. So really what you want to do is just make sure that you take off all the irrelevant information, and also if you want to add in any fields, you can do that from the right field explorer on here. So if you've added a custom field to Dynamics, you'll be able to find it. Of course, they need to be on the account level in the right pane here in the field explorer, and you can simply take that field, drag it, make sure the red line appears, and then release your mouse. So that'll add the fields there. The other thing that you can do is add information to the header of the screen. So don't forget, you're not limited to adding fields to the actual summary, but you can also put things at the very top. So for instance, if number of employees is not that important to you, then you can always remove that field and add a different one. So information that's in the header, I like to think of as information I need to see really quickly without scrolling around on the page, etc. So that might even be, let's say, address information. So we want to see the city show up at the top. You can always put that in there. Once you're done making the changes, you want to save the changes. And before those actually appear, you'll need to publish them. So as soon as that saves, we'll click publish. And then we can close this up. So the changes won't be reflected immediately. You'll need to refresh your page. And there you have it. You can see the updated summary. So I've got my classification up here, remove the fax line, remove the phone number up. If you look in the header area, the city is there. And the recent case subgrid is now removed. So we've quickly made changes to the account entity. You can do the same thing on any other entity inside of Dynamics 365. Thanks for joining me. Join me next time for the CRM Spotlight.
All right, outro.
Do I sing? I forgot. What do we do for outros?
Just say, hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember.
Okay.
That's what we normally do.
Okay.
That's what we kind of did in the intro.
All right.
It's so weird to do it on the intro and the outro.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Join us next time for more Channel Q.
Yeah, in 2 weeks from now, we're gonna do the news. And if you don't mind, if you enjoyed this at all, if you don't mind subscribing and liking and what other things, sharing, social sharing. Embedding, whatever you wanna do, we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye. That was good. We pretend we were walking off stage.
I don't know. Cha-cha-cha.